just popped right up, said YouTube. So
Cool.
if you watch us on YouTube,
We're
thanks.
live.
Welcome,
So,
Trevor. And
so
maybe
Jimmy,
Doug every once in a while. I don't
last
know.
year,
Doug, do you watch
le-
us on YouTube? If you're watching, leave us a
who?
comment. Let us know you're there.
Who's
Doug?
Doug?
Our father-in-law.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
Didn't you
have
say
him
you
on
thought he was maybe when he asking you about it or something, Dan?
they. You know
When you
what's
were down
funny?
there last or something?
Uh, I think Faith was asking about it last time I was down there.
Okay. Or Faith. If you're watching, leave us a comment.
Yeah.
Let us know you're there.
Um,
We'd love to hear
Asa
from
and
you.
his friends at school were watching our podcast, and the teacher made them turn it off. So there's that
Too
too.
racy.
I don't know. I don't. They're probably not supposed to have their phones on them at school, so maybe that was it. I don't know. Um, I had a deal last
That's
year
that tracks.
where I don't exactly know how it happened, but we had like $4,000 or $5,000 that I don't know how we didn't get it put in the bank from a client. And we got all the way to tax time and we were like counting them, like counting our accounts, and we had this thing on the account that never hit our bank. And we had no idea how it never hit our bank, but luckily I was doing more work for the client and I was like, "Hey, you know that check? I remember you giving me the check." And she's like, "Yeah, I gave you the check." And I was like,
Kind of
"Could you
remember
check and
that.
see if that got cashed? Because we don't have any record of it." And she's like, "Oh no, I definitely paid you. It definitely cleared." And she actually checked with her accountant, and her accountant was like, "Yeah, no, that never cleared." And they gave me another check. Like it was in literally the next tax year before we even figured out that we were off by almost $4,000.
I had a guy a couple
That's
weeks ago
exciting.
pay me twice for the same job.
He paid you twice?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did you cash it twice?
No. So when I send people an invoice, there is a link that they can click to do a direct transfer from their account to mine. And he did that.
Mhm.
And then I saw him and he's like, "Hey, I've got your check." And I was like, "All right, cool." I didn't know.
You didn't even solicit it.
Right. And I was like, "All right, thanks." And so then I go to deposit the check and I'm looking at my account. I'm like, there's a deposit for the exact dollar amount. And it's like $1,872. So it's not like that's a normal
Yeah.
thing. And I was like, that's weird. So I go and I dig a little bit on it. And yeah, he did a direct transfer and wrote me a check.
So
I
he
called him and I was like,
didn't even know he paid.
yeah, he didn't even know. I probably could have cashed the check and it would all been fine. But
For
I
a
didn't.
minute.
Yeah.
One
So
of you
he
guys'
was-
friends didn't pay me for like 6 months. And I was getting pretty pissy with him about it. And it was like $37,000.
I kind of remember that.
I do remember something about that.
I had 4 guys working for him for like a month, and he was like not gonna pay until I came back and did this, that, and the other to finish up the job. And I was like, that's fine, but that's more money. It was a by the hour job, so that's more money. And he's like, "Well, I just think you should finish the job before you bill me 40 grand." And I'm just like, "Dude," and we went back and forth, and finally he paid me. And you know what? No offense to your friend, guys, but I did not go back and finish that job. I cashed it and then I transferred it to a different bank account. And then I did not answer his phone calls anymore because he had me so worked up that I was like, I'm never doing another thing for him.
Nice.
And then my understanding was that instead of going with my suggestion for a countertop guy, he went with somebody else, and they screwed him out of actually just took his money and never put his countertops in. And I was like, well, that's what you get for being a dick.
Oh, bummer.
Dick. You tried to screw me over, and I didn't even do anything to you.
Not good.
Not good. But that was one of those things. Like I think I might have got Darcy's Kitchen because he felt bad for suggesting that guy as a client, and he's like, man, I need to make it up to him and give him some work or something.
Maybe.
I don't think you made a whole bunch of extra on that one though.
No, I didn't. Work.
You still need to come back and finish it though.
Dude, you know what?
Yeah.
Speaking of that.
No, yes.
I have an aluminum brake set up on my deck right now. If you would
make a nice little roof for that.
Little roof size, I would be able to straight up bend you a cap to just glue onto your little wood bay window. And oddly, I was at your house today,
it needs to be
and that didn't even cross my mind.
You were at my house today?
I was.
What were you at my house for?
I was just visiting.
Heck no.
I was just like, hey, I'm going to go by Darcy's house.
Okay.
I called you this morning to see if you were going to be around, or
you called me
I was going to be there.
I didn't call you back.
You didn't call me back, so I was like, well, screw that. I'm just going to go steal out of his yard. You'll have to just look around and see what I took, I guess.
See what I'm missing? All right.
Yeah.
Was it some cats?
No.
No.
And then I got home and my wife was like, oh, you went to Darcy's today? I was like, yeah. And she's like, I had all this stuff to send up there. I was like,
Ooh, nice.
I should have thought of that before I drove up there. I had to go up to Front Street, which is about as close as I get to your house for like work on a given middle of the day kind of a setup. I think your wife's car was there, but I didn't know if she was probably sleeping, so I didn't even go up to the house.
Depending on what time she probably was. Well, yeah, she was, because she worked last night and tonight.
It was in the morning.
Yeah, she was asleep.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. I took about the last item I got to haul out of that yard over there is that little trailer and that tire. I sent the tire with you. You're going to fix the nipple on it.
Yeah, never did.
I hope I got the right tire. I think I did. You had like 3 or 4 out there.
Just back leaning up against the barn.
Yeah, I took the one that had no what do you call the little
valve stem?
Valve stem. I took the one that had no valve stem. The other two matched each other, and the tires looked older. And I was thinking that the tires on the trailer were actually pretty new, even though the rim was pretty old. And I just learned how to replace a valve stem the other day. So, yeah. So I figure I can just replace the valve stem myself now that I know that.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, it was right back there.
So
I guess this is barn.
Probably as good of a time for you to find out, since you didn't fix the tire and haul that trailer out of my yard. I think Asa and Judah want the trailer again now. So I don't know if you're going to ever get the trailer now. You had plenty of time to get that tire fixed.
I'm gonna be a no trailer guy, I think, until forever.
I think one of your things about life for you is no trailer.
Yep. Even when I buy
trailers,
one,
Jimmy?
still no trailer.
What?
Do you have a trailer, Jimmy?
I do have a trailer. It is a very small, like 5x10 flatbed dump style trailer.
Yeah.
Like a tilt bed, not
tilt, not dump. Yeah,
tilt bed. Dude, I drove, side note, I borrowed a big dump trailer, like a 14-foot dump trailer with good sized sides on it. That is a lot of trailer to be hauling around with a 3/4 ton.
half-ton truck.
Half ton. Yeah, half ton. And the guy I borrowed it from was like, it's actually a lot of trailer to haul around with a 1 ton. It's like I had to have it.
Yeah.
I had to have it in 4-wheel drive to pull it because I would load it. I would load it on like the back third, and it would lift the back of my truck up to where my back tires wouldn't bite. But if I loaded it forward, it was going to take a whole lot of energy to lift the bed, and I wasn't going to get very many lifts out of it. So I was purposely loading from the tires back, or from the axles back. And probably
just driving it around front wheel drive.
If I had been trying to pull it, if I'd been trying to load it, it would have just pushed the hitch into the ground. Like that thing was so heavy with dirt in it. So freaking heavy. Here's the thing about owning trailers that I'm going to say. They are super nice to have, but they are endless hassle. You've always got a light going out on them, the socket going out on them. You've got
a flat
tires. If you got tandem axles, you have like wheel wells, the welds popping on them. You have doors that don't want to shut if they're box trailers. I mean, they are just
connection failures,
shorts, brakes that lock up. Like, it's like, just if you want your life to just be like never ending petty misery, get a trailer. Get 3 trailers like I have.
Better yet, get a boat on a trailer. Dude,
and if you want it to be $1,000 every time you say I need something fixed, then get a boat to put on it. Yeah. Hey, my bilge pump isn't $1,000.
Yep.
The rack and pinion on my $1,000. My outboard $1,000. Like, that's literally like, those guys won't even like stop reading their newspaper for less than $1,000.
Right.
That work on boats. There's nothing going on in their shop, and they're still like, that's gonna be $1,000.
We can get to it in about 4.5 weeks.
4 weeks. You're just smoking a cigarette, drinking coffee, and reading the newspaper. What are you talking about? I'm the only person here.
We're booked up for the summer.
We're booked up,
get
man.
To it in the fall.
You're gonna have to take a number, buddy. It's bass season's getting ready to kick off. Crappie season just ended. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, well. I guess I won't buy a boat either.
Don't do it.
I'll be boatless and trailerless.
Yep. I do not like trailers very much. As much as I need them, I do not like them. Trailers is probably why I don't have a Bobcat, because I don't want to buy a truck that's big enough to haul a big enough trailer to pull a Bobcat around. I'd have a Bobcat if it wasn't so daggum complicated to move it around.
They are heavy.
Quite. Yep. That'd really get your truck all doing wheelies and stuff.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
Dude, I've seen guys rolling down the highway pulling loaders with F-150s.
Um,
And every time I see it, I think to myself, I sure hope you don't have to stop.
I actually rented a Bobcat. Remember when I was doing the holes? You guys were out there. I was drilling the holes for my pole barn,
For your barn. Yeah.
and I got a 2-foot auger and a Bobcat and a bucket. And it was a wheeled Bobcat, so it wasn't the heaviest rig. It wasn't even like one of the heavier rigs. I think it was only about 8,000 pounds, maybe even 6,500 or 7,500 pounds. And they let me put it on my flatbed, which is really a 7,500 pound flatbed. And I could see the steel of the flatbed actually like bending. Like I could tell that if I had driven that thing way in front of the axles, I would have had a permanent problem. And I drove it on back roads at like 25 miles an hour from Harrisonville to my house and back. And I will never pick up a Bobcat with that trailer again. I was so nervous the whole time. It was a terrible idea. And I could have gotten on the highway, but terrible idea.
I've hauled one with a 3/4 ton on a, correctly sized trailer. But it was, I had one of the times that I was hauling rock at the time. And one of the times I loaded rock on the trailer and then also loaded the skidder back up on to take it back where it came from. And that was a heavy load on the trailer. And I left the yard that I had loaded the rock out of and drove about 2 or 3 miles, and I stopped on the side of the road and readjusted, like fired up the loader, loosened the chains, and moved it because it was like at 35 miles an hour.
Just like wobbling around.
Yeah, I was whipping the, yeah.
Well, that was kind of what I was afraid of because
the trailer was totally heavy enough to haul the load I was hauling, but the truck wasn't quite. If I'd had my truck, my 1 ton, it would have been better, but I was hauling it with a 3/4 ton.
Dude, I don't really want to do this, but I'm kind of getting ready to suggest it to you.
Okay.
I could check into it just to double check what engine it has, but my cousin is decommissioning a Ford heavy duty truck that has about 200,000 miles on it. I think it's gas. I think it's gas though. Because, and he's like, I'd probably sell it for like $1,000 because it needs, according to his mechanic, like $4,500 worth of head work on it. And the kit is probably like $500 or $600, but it's all labor replacing, I don't know, something to do with the head gaskets. Is that $1,000 investment that's worth making on a truck that has a couple 100,000 miles on it, on a gas engine on a Ford?
Possibly.
What year is it?
Probably 2000. I don't know. I can check. I can find out. Probably 2008 or something. Would be my guess. I just
get more info.
I was like, man, I don't personally want to just buy it and have the responsibility of it, of redoing the heads on it. But I wouldn't mind having a truck around that I could haul something heavier with once in a while. I mean, like,
Right.
it was kind of nice, you and me and my dad owning that flatbed.
Yeah,
Back in the day.
I'm sure that was handy.
Oh.
Darcy doesn't own flatbed trucks or trailers.
Mm-mm.
I don't even remember. You bought it, right? I
Yep.
got that thing. I got that thing from Ed for you to buy, and then all of a sudden, my dad was like, "I was supposed to be in on that," or something.
He acted like we just bought it out from underneath him.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I wish that
But
I could talk to
also-
my dad now that he's gone and be like, were you serious, or were you just being
Right. I kind of
weird
think
about
he
that?"
just liked to be. I kind of think he liked just playing the martyr on that one
Dude, okay, the
because
Tundra
he
that
got
I
to
drive
use
right
it.
now. Yeah, he got to use it whenever he wanted. The Tundra
And he
that I
didn't have
have
to.
now.
And he didn't have to pay insurance on it, or registration,
Yeah.
or buy it.
He was like,
That's the best deal.
I was looking for a truck. On the truck I have now, I was looking for a truck, and I was looking for a trailer, and I was thinking about buying a new truck at the time because 0%
Yeah.
financing and all this stuff. And I was like, I just can't do it. I just don't want to, have a payment, and I don't want to deplete all my cash. And so I found that truck for like $7,000. And I just happened to, he was in Blue Springs, and I drove it on a test drive, and I drove it by there, and he was like, "Oh man, that's a good deal, man. I could use a truck like that." And I was like, I'm literally test driving it right now. And the number of times before he died that he brought up that I kind
That
of
he was-
stole that truck out from under him was like, what are you talking about? I drove it to you to look at the engine, for you to write it and hear if you heard anything, because I was buying it. Like, I was literally buying it, Dad. And somehow he got in his head that I was bringing it there for him to look at.
That's so funny.
Man, I miss that guy.
I do too.
Dude, my dad just found out that his 2017 F-150 with 40,000 miles on it has a giant crack in the frame from rust.
What?
40,000 miles. What year?
2017. I think I have a
Wow.
picture of it.
Is it so? It just sits in that garage with the damp concrete floor.
No, it sits outside.
Oh, it does.
It's set outside since he bought it.
Oh yeah, the Mustang's inside.
Right. Mom's car and the Mustang sit inside.
Dude, that's nuts.
And the camper and the van and the motorcycle and the Model A and the tractor and
Yes.
all that in the barn.
Yep.
My Tundra, my old Tundra, had a big old crack. The frame cracked in half. But that was after almost 400,000
At 40,000 miles.
At 400,000 miles and
100 times as many miles.
yeah. 10 times as many miles, and it's a 2002.
So,
and I think it cracked because I got rear-ended and didn't realize how much damage had been done to it.
According to Google, there are two things that cause that. One, if you live in a climate that has a lot of snow and salt, it can get up in there and rust it out, which I wouldn't think that
Mhm.
would be best because he barely even drives the thing. And
Right.
then the other thing is if it just sits there and doesn't do anything, because when it rains, somehow water gets down inside the frame and sits there.
Mhm.
If you're driving it, it will just get flushed out.
Yeah,
Wild.
they're actually pretty lightweight tubular frames now
Can you
instead
see
of
that?
like C-channel frames that were heavier.
Yeah.
Man.
So what's the plan?
Not 100% sure. I think they just found out about it yesterday. But some people say take it to like a body shop, a frame shop, and they can cut it out and weld it
Mhm.
up, and that'll buy you some time.
How did he discover it? What was going on that somebody found it?
He was having something. What was it? He was having something worked on, and they put it on a lift.
You have not adjusted it.
And when they lifted it up, they were like,
The
"Whoa,
thermostat's gone out.
this is not good."
Put the breaker on it. Sorry guys, I'm calling Shaya real quick.
So I don't know. I don't remember what he said he was having done to it.
Huh.
Something. But I guess whoever was working on it, lifted it up and saw the rust and like poked it with his knife or whatever, and it just busted out. He was like, "Oh no."
Oh man, that's wild.
Yeah. And it's a nice truck. I mean, it's
Yeah, it is.
almost 10 years old, but it's 40,000 miles, King Ranch.
Uh-huh.
Not good.
Yep, it's real nice. I remember last time I saw it, it was sitting in your driveway. I pulled in over there and I was like, "Daggum, whose King Ranch is that?" I totally forgot he had it.
Yeah. It's kind of a piece of junk when it has a cracked frame.
Apparently. Turns out he could have just been ramping it and stuff.
He should, yes. Yeah, so
Might as well have.
if he would have kept it in the garage, this probably would not have been a problem.
Mm-hmm. Or if he had driven it more,
Or
potentially.
if he would have driven it more, especially when it was raining out. But
Yeah.
that's not where he's at, unfortunately. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, though. I mean,
Maybe he'll make you another good deal on a truck.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, that should be one of the things that is one of the sturdiest parts of a vehicle, of a truck.
I mean, yeah,
Is the frame.
kind of. That's wild. Oh.
I'm not sure what part it is.
Can't remember if I had done it. Did we talk about me bending my tailgate last week on the podcast?
It, but I don't know. I think you just told me we were at church or lunch or whatever.
Yeah, that's not the strongest part of the truck.
No. Do you have a picture of it?
No, I didn't take a picture of it. It's not like super crazy. It's just enough that it's bent and annoying.
Right.
And the latch already didn't work that great. I'd been thinking, man, I gotta pull this apart and get these latches fixed because I, fixed the door latches and stuff. And then instead, I just like bent it and made it even worse.
I have a tailgate for that truck.
Yeah, that scratched up one.
Yeah, really scratched up, but it has a good latching mechanism on it.
Yeah.
I don't know that would benefit you at this point.
And it's straight.
It is straight, but it's real scratched up. I need to get that thing over here and hang it on the wall. I always had dreams of having a shop or whatever, and that thing just hanging on the wall.
Yeah, you should.
I need to get it over here.
If I get that thing back up and running and I'd start driving it, I may just try to find a tailgate for it, but
yeah,
it's not that big a deal. It still works. It's just dumb. Totally knew I was going to do it.
Yeah, that's the worst when you are like telling yourself don't do something because you know you're going to mess it up and then you go ahead and do it anyway.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Just got in a hurry.
Is it the same one that you sent a video of? Were you dragging a hay bale off with your tractor?
Oh, no. That was so the first bale I hauled, I set it in the bed of the truck, and when I got to my place, it was kind of tipped to the back already. It was sitting up on the wheel wells, kind of resting on the tailgate. So I opened the tailgate and I just put my shoulder on that bale and it just flopped and flipped out of the back of the truck. And it bent the tailgate on the way out. The one that I sent you the video of was the second bale I hauled. And that time I took the tailgate off and dragged the bale out with the tractor.
You need to get you one of them bale hauling trailers.
Yeah. Yep, I should. Man, guy right down the street here, he's got one of those ones that it's like a bale spike trailer. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah. Like where a single bale?
It has a come along on it.
Yep. And then
you just put the spike down and you just back it in and stab it, and then you crank it and it pulls the just a little single axle.
Yep. I have seen those.
Bale tote.
I actually saw one on Facebook Marketplace just the other day.
Did you? How much was it?
I feel like it was like $1,000 or something.
Oof. I don't need that.
But I could be wrong because I look at plenty of things on there.
I think my tailgate's only going to be like a few $100s.
Yeah.
I'll just keep hauling them in the bed of my truck.
Without a tailgate.
Yeah. Well, put the tailgate on, but I'm just going to pull the tailgate whenever I'm going to unload.
You need to get one of them trailers, though. You can put like 5 bales on.
Yeah, if I needed 5 bales.
How many do you need?
Well, I'm probably going to get by with 2 this year. Because it's already springtime. And I just fed them. Which actually I put one in with my boy goats up here. And then the other one I've just got sitting kind of in my little nursery area.
What did you do with the new goats?
Oh, they're back in the back now.
Are they doing all right?
Yeah, seem to be. I mean, they holler. I feel a little bit bad for my neighbors because anytime they're out in their backyard, those goats are over at the fence just ah, ah.
Because you said they're like people goats, right?
Well, they're bottle babies, and so Like if you let them out of the pen, they just follow you around. Like I can go out there. Uh, I had them up closer to the house, but they figured out a way through the fence. So if I fixed a couple of gates, I could just have them up closer to the fence, and then they would be less annoying to my neighbors probably because they would stand at the end of my driveway and like holler at the house instead of standing over on the side of the fence and yelling
Right.
into their yard. But I would go out there when they were in that middle area, and I go around the side by the garden and make it past them when they didn't realize I was out there. And then I go back, by the barn, and I'd holler at them like, come here, boys. And they perk up, they start just book it back to me. Like
Nice.
their little flappy ears are just going. They're pretty cute,
That's fun.
pretty funny little dudes. Yeah, they're very much uh, people goats.
What about the old cats? How are they doing?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're still in there because when I go in, I'm pretty sure I hear them like scurrying and hiding, but I haven't seen them since I dumped them in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're just hiding out. You don't have
Yeah.
any cameras or any? Oh, I guess you don't have any electricity over there, do you?
I do have I do have a cord run back there, but I don't have Wi-Fi that would reach. Like I could put if my Wi-Fi would reach, I could put a little Wise Cam back there and see, but
Right.
otherwise I'd just have to put like a trail cam or something.
Yep.
I guess do those Wise cameras, do they record if there's no Wi-Fi if you have an SD card in them?
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Neither have I.
What I miss?
Oh, he's back.
Oh man.
You missed
Everything.
it all.
I heard goats and
Yeah. Bent tailgate and that kind of stuff.
I had an emergency. Sorry.
Oh,
You did.
Yeah,
Did you get it under control?
I hope so. I hope I gave good advice as a dad to a daughter who lives on her own. Her hot water heater,
Yeah.
which I've always been bugged by that phrase, hot water heater.
Right. Sure. But you just used it.
I know, because that's like they call it that. It doesn't make any like
Who's
call them
they?
hot water heaters, like the companies that make them.
no, they call them water heaters.
But they're actually just a water heater.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Although
That's what I'm saying.
maybe they are just admitting the inefficiency.
Don't they call them hot
And
water tanks and water heaters, things like that?
I'm gonna ask
I'm gonna-
ChatGPT. This is our ChatGPT moment.
Oh, brought to you by Chat.
Okay. A lot of people say hot water heater, but this is technically redundant because the heater heats cold water. So technically it'd be a cold water heater.
But also technically it is a hot water heater because it heats water
Too hot.
that's already hot, but it's not the correct hotness.
So my
Which
hot
is
water
why
comes
which is
from
why
a
you want to put in an on demand,
on demand,
and then
so
it's
a
just a
cold
water heater. Yeah.
Well, if it was just a water heater, it may not even need to be heated. So it's got to be a cold water.
All right.
What did you put in your house, your new house, Dan?
I actually put a heat pump in my water heater in my new house. Did
So
you know
it's
that my
like 50 degrees is the warmest it'll get.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. It's like I have it set at 125, and
It
which
doesn't
is kind
matter
of
because you can't take a shower in that house anyway
why not?
because your septic system's all messed up.
No, they fixed it. They already
Oh,
fixed it. Yeah, they got it right before the heavy rain started.
nice.
Yeah, they fixed it. It's good. I've taken multiple showers here now. Yeah, no, they fixed it a week ago tomorrow. Oh, no, Thursday.
So
So
you
day
have
after tomorrow.
a heat pump instant water heater.
It has a
Water.
tank.
Oh, okay. So you have a heat pump water tank.
So it actually looks just like a water tank like you would normally see in an American house. But the top like foot and a half is so it's a little rounder, a little bigger around than your typical water heater. And the top foot and a half has an intake that's about this big and an exhaust. And it has basically an air conditioner, heat pump air conditioner that pulls heat out of the space in the basement, puts the heat into the water in the tank. And because the basement is in the ground and it's always radiating 55-degree air or whatever, it always has an endless supply of heat to get for the water.
Huh.
The only time it would not work, I suppose, would be no, you could increase its efficiency by having a pipe that you ducted into it that pulled outside air, like summer air, in, and it would be more efficient. But it's not. It's negligible. It's not that much more
Right.
efficient. And so,
So how does it use electricity to get the water up to a hot temp, or is it only using the heat pump?
so I currently have it set on heat pump only.
Okay.
But once everybody's moved in here, we'll have to decide whether we want to have it on what's called hybrid. On hybrid, it can use the the heat coils in the water just like a regular water heater. If you start running out and it senses that it's not going to have time to, because it takes like when you're so with a heat pump, it's about so you do have to use electricity to run a heat pump because you have to run the compressor. But since you're not generating the heat from the electric usage, it's about 3 times or 3.5 times more efficient than an electric heat pump or than an electric water heater.
Nice.
But it like it would have to run be able to heat so fast to keep up with like 3 people taking showers that I think we'll probably have to set it on hybrid when there's heavy usage would be my guess.
What made you decide to go that way after having had a tankless?
So a tankless would require gas for the amount of volume that we potentially run. With 3 showers, there's no electric tankless that's going to keep up with 3 showers simultaneously.
Unless you had
So
three tankless units for one for each shower.
you could do that, and I did look into that, but the way that you would end up doing that is you'd end up running electric to the location, to that room, so that you would have your hot water be like instantaneous. And by the time I combined all 3, and then I thought, well, I probably want a 4th for the kitchen sink. So 4 tankless water heaters on 220 on my panel of 80 ports on the panel. And it's not that efficient when you're running it. Like
Right.
it's using 220, but it's still not that efficient per se compared to a heat pump.
Yep.
And so they were offering, A.O. Smith was offering there was some kind of tax rebate where they would take the tax rebate and then they would just directly reduce the cost of your unit. So you didn't even have to like apply for it on your taxes or anything. So it was literally like $200 more than a big water tank. And I was just like, let's try that.
Yeah.
One 30 amp breaker, you know, thought it's worth a shot. I thought about getting another one for the property, but I didn't. I don't know how bad that one is yet, so we'll see. So it wasn't
I
that
probably
expensive.
need.
That's the bottom line. It wasn't that much more expensive.
I probably need a new water heater here.
You started to say it too, didn't you?
I started to say it. Yeah.
Telling you, dude,
Yep.
it's pervasive.
Is yours electric, Darcy?
It is. It is. Yeah. Yep. And it's good for about 2.5 showers.
That's not bad. You mean back to back 2.5 showers?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem
Yeah.
terrible.
You don't even have you have one.
I know,
do you
but
have one teenage girl? Right
yeah. I would
You-
prefer it to at least give you 3 showers.
Yeah.
It's that half a shower that really is where you're like, I wish this was a little bit different.
How often are you taking 3 showers in a row, though?
Every night.
That's not the point. The point is, when are you the third shower? How often are you the third
Every
shower?
time. Every
Yeah.
time.
So
That's the
every
problem.
night you guys just like get in a line and wait for the shower?
The girls take a shower every night, both of them right before bed, and then I take a shower when I'm going to bed. And either I wait around or I
Cover.
take a shower and it gets cold at the end.
Yeah.
Dude, I think Asa went to bed, so I can't go much longer. But do we have time as part of the shower conversation to go into AI for like 10 more minutes? Because
I mean, I've got
Yeah,
it.
for
I don't know
sure.
about the rest of you.
What
tell you guys
what
this?
does it mean that Asa you
Well, he's
can't
just
go
asleep. He's asleep right there. Like I can see
in the
him.
basement?
Yeah. Because we don't have the
I
bedroom.
thought
set
they
up
were
yet.
upstairs.
Nah. They're not up there yet.
There's a bedroom in the basement?
There is right now.
There's a bed in the basement, not a bedroom.
I mean, there's a there's a window, like a
Yeah.
daylight window, and then there's his bed right there. So I can't go super late here right at the moment.
I thought he stayed up till like 3 a.m. playing video games and stuff.
No, he's in track. Dude got second in triple jump out of 27 schools on
Wow.
Monday, yesterday. And then turned around and like won the 4x200 for his team. Like first place in
Nice.
the 4x200.
Dang. That's
And
impressive.
he was the fourth leg runner, and he had to pass like a half a dozen kids to win it.
That's pretty cool.
Apparently, like I don't know exactly, but like apparently the other teams like wanted to get out in front and try to like just have like get out there. So they put their fastest runners maybe early, just to maybe the idea is that like you demoralize the other teams or something. But he passed
It's
a
a
bunch of
strategy.
kids. He just like got the
Yeah.
baton and just smoked them and won the whole race.
Dang.
I was like, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And he
that's
doesn't
cool.
even like he hasn't
Did
even
you
practiced for the 4x200
have you seen that
that I'm aware of.
video? Have you seen that video? Well, wouldn't have been the Olympics. It would have been like world
World.
something or other. And that Chinese runner
Runner or skater? Runner?
runner. So,
I don't know.
or maybe it was the Olympics. Maybe it was a skater. Maybe it was this most recent one where she laps everyone.
It was a skater. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
and
like
then
one of
the
those
buzzer
really
goes off.
one of those really long skates where they usually just kind of start off
And she
kind of
just
slow.
right.
Yeah.
And
And
she
nobody
took
followed her
like
because they're
3
like,
laps and just lap right. And then
she
everyone
lapped everybody,
forgot,
but then she was at the back
essentially.
of the line, basically. But
Yes.
she didn't
But her
quite lap
Chinese
everyone.
teammate knew the strategy.
hmm
So
And just held back
on
with
the
everybody.
buzzer, the final lap buzzer, it buzzed because it was her final lap, and everyone took off sprinting except her teammate, who just stayed steady because she knew it was 2 laps to go.
Yeah.
And everyone sprinted at the end of the race and blew
Gasped and
all their
Yeah.
and they
So
got
they won
first and
first, second, and third, or first and second or something. That's a strategy that's only gonna last one race.
Correct.
Like it might
Yes.
happen if you tried it on a fluke, people not watching out for it, totally different scenario.
Uh-huh.
But your team is never using that again. Like,
it was kind of awesome.
yeah. Okay, so here's my AI thing, real quick.
Okay.
And I want to invite argument about this, okay?
Okay.
So last week I had to send, I do not do any paperwork that I don't have to. I don't know if you guys are the same way. I'm not a desk jockey. But last week on Friday, I had to
Man, I
send,
love it.
dude, I cannot stand documents. I needed to send 15 letters, the same letter to 15 different people off of a list of addresses and names that I got from the county. So a title company got a list from the county, they photocopied it, sent me a copy. So I've got this copy of these addresses, and they look like they were printed. They look like they were typed on a typewriter, like, and then scanned and then printed and then scanned again and then sent to me. They're terrible. Not modern, not PDFs.
They were like Xeroxed.
Yeah.
Dude, did your church back in the day have that like crank Xerox machine?
No,
You know what I'm
but
talking
they
about?
had one. They had one that had all of the dust that came out of it, but I think it was mechanical. So I was like down to the. It was like 3 days before the deadline, and I was like, I need to go get 17 envelopes, 17 stamps. I need to handwrite all of these, addresses and names. I need 25 envelopes because I'm going to mess some of them up. I've got to write all of this stuff. I've got to photocopy this document that I have to send out to all these people. And instead, I sat down at this computer and I was like, hey, chat, is there an online service that can send a document for me by end of business day on Monday? And it's like yep, there's 3. I sign up for them, and I tried the first one, and it was like, this is like crappy, archaic. I sign up for the second one, no bueno, not good. I sign up for the third one, and I'm like, I could work with this. I'm like, hey, chat, could I take a photo of the addresses, and could you make me a document that I could upload to this website with the addresses on it? And it's like, sure, I'll give it a shot. I take photos of it. They're terrible, dude. The photos are absolutely terrible. It comes back with like a couple of questions for me. And then I'm like, okay, can you make that into the appropriate file type for this company? It's like, sure, I can do that. I upload its file. This company sends my 17 letters, which turns out to be 15 because apparently 2 of the property owners own more than one piece of property in the area. And so it generated their name more than once, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I only needed to send 15. It cost me $16.86 or 36 cents to send 15 letters. I did not have to type anything. I did not have to put any stamps on anything. I didn't have to photocopy anything. I didn't have to do anything.
That's pretty good.
And took like an hour and a half instead of half of my freaking day.
Yeah.
And so like what I'm thinking about it is after doing that is that like there's people who think of AI and they're like, oh, AI is going to automate all of these like repetitive tasks. For me, it's the exact opposite. It's like those tasks that would be repetitive if that was your job, but I don't do that as a job. And so I don't even know what the workflow would look like to do the task. And so I'm coming at it with completely fresh eyes, meaning like ignorance. And I'm just asking AI, like, how does a person do this the most efficient way? And it's like, here's how you do it. And I'm like, okay, I like that. Why don't you do that? And it does it. The most typing that I had to do was to register myself on the website so that I could get an account so that I could actually pay for the service. And my computer auto generates my name as soon as I push D in that type of a window.
That's pretty cool, man.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Computers are actually doing what they're supposed to do, which is all this stuff, the computer stuff.
The computers.
Like I mean, think about it. Like how many people drive cars in this country? Like how many adults drive cars? 95%? Would you say? How many of those people know anything, know crap about how cars work?
Not many.
Not many. They don't need to. They just drive them. You don't need to know how a combustion engine works to drive a car, do you? Why would you? Like you and I and Darcy know how it works, but like we don't need to. And okay, so that's one factor of my AI like positivity moment. The other is we're moving into the new house, okay? And we currently just have a refrigerator from Grandma Dykeman in the garage. And I'm making my coffee every morning because we don't have the cash to just buy a refrigerator right now. So we just have the garage refrigerator, right? I'm making my coffee in the morning, and every time I'm like, oh, I need to go get milk from the garage. And I look all the way across my house into the garage door, and I'm like, I got to go to the garage to get my milk for my coffee. And I'm like, kind of genuinely bummed because it's so much of a hassle.
You didn't have a refrigerator in the other house?
Well, it's still in the other house.
Call it up.
It's still there. Like I want to take photos with it in there, you know, for the real estate. Like, but here's the thing. Like, think about this for a second. Like, How long have humans had refrigerators at all?
The last 80 years.
Mhm.
Okay. And not even everywhere.
Right.
Like in Europe, a lot of people have those tiny little refrigerators still because their houses don't even have space for a full-size refrigerator. They like get milk in those aluminum foil things that protect it so it doesn't have to be refrigerated, right? And then they're like, "Oh, I need more milk. I got to put it in the refrigerator." If they even do that first, I don't know. We are so pampered, even though we think we're like men, we're like tough. But we're literally sighing over having to walk to the garage to get our milk. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you guys aren't like this. But like we live so much in the life of the lap of luxury. We don't even realize it until our garage refrigerator is the only place we can keep milk. And we're like, "Oh, is it even worth making coffee if you have to walk to the garage to get your milk?"
And
And-
the garage is 12 feet away, not 200 feet away.
Yeah, it's like it's not like an ice house in town where they cut ice out of the river and stored the ice, and like a guy has to bring you a block of ice for your ice box every other day. Like it's nothing like that. It's just the refrigerators in the garage instead of the kitchen. And like I'm also worse because I hate refrigerators. I want to eventually, like one of my aspirations is to own a Sub-Zero refrigerator that's only like 16 inches deep and it's like 4 feet wide. So there's nothing behind anything else in the refrigerator.
Everything is in the front.
Like everything should be at the front of a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I
Can
am
I
with
get an
you on that.
amen?
You can,
Like-
yes.
Like so annoying for the thing
love
I
that
want
idea.
to always be shoved to the back of the refrigerator. Like, why do the things I want have to live at the back of the refrigerator? The things you want live at the front. Of course, I move your things to the back and I put mine in the front too. Like that happens. But I was talking to a guy today and he was saying like, what are people going to do when all the jobs are taken up by AI? And I'm like, dude, what did people do when Bobcats took all of the work, the diggers' jobs? All the guys that used to dig holes with shovels lost their jobs to mechanisms like Bobcats and backhoes and things like that. No, they didn't. We went from making one railroad across the country by hand to having a highway system that has millions of miles of roadway. They didn't lose their jobs. Their jobs actually got better.
I worked at a house last week, and the girl does voiceover work for like commercials and stuff. And
Ooh, I bet she's getting destroyed.
she no longer has a job doing that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that's the thing though. If she did voiceover work for somebody, she has a future facing skill set. She can figure something out. Am I wrong?
Yeah. She can figure something out, yes, but not in the
It's not
voiceover
that.
world.
Why can't she do something in the voiceover world? She still has taste and stuff, right?
I mean, I would assume. I don't know.
Like she still would be a person you'd be like, I want you to do the voiceover for this, but it's all with AI now. Yeah? No?
I don't know how that world works, but she says she don't get no calls anymore.
I wouldn't call her. I'd just say what I want to say and say I want it in a girl's voice. And AI would just be like, all right, here's your girl's voice.
Yeah, but
Like-
then she's gonna have to charge a couple $100 when they can pay this other girl $12 an hour to do the same thing.
Or she could figure out how to use the tools and she could do 100 projects for every one that she could get done before.
No.
It's not really going away. It's not like advertisements are going away anytime soon. But like she was digging holes with a shovel and somebody invented a bobcat is what it is.
Yes.
Like, that's just a fact.
Right.
I mean,
And hired someone else to drive it.
right. Because the guy with the shovel's like, I don't think it's fair that I don't get to dig the hole anymore. And they're like, okay, we'll just hire somebody else. What she did, no offense, but what she did was she got left behind because she wasn't keeping up,
Maybe. I don't know.
right?
I don't know her or her
Well,
situation well enough.
I think that let's
I guess-
say voiceover stuff. There's going to be two pretty distinct categories of that.
Yeah.
If she's doing commercial voiceovers, they're looking for a voice. They're looking for a style. If she were doing, so she has something that is replaceable digitally.
Nothing unique.
Nothing unique about her. It wasn't.
But if there's right, she's not rolling on a name or a specific talent. Like
Mhm.
if she were an actress who was well known, whose name could lend credibility, that's a whole different thing.
Right.
Well, and
So
I
that-
have heard.
So
I have
that
heard
job, her job does not exist anymore.
Right.
So it's not like
Generic
she can
voiceover girl
just
doesn't
adapt.
exist anymore.
she's got to change her job. She has to find a different job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, like, I think that there will be some lawsuits, and there will be probably some laws made about this stuff, because like think about the fact that, like, who's a good voice that you think like people use? Okay, who's the guy?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan. That's exactly who I was thinking of, and I couldn't think of the name. Morgan Freeman. So there's people who can imitate Morgan Freeman's voice, right? But
Mhm.
the minute that you use Morgan Freeman's voice in an advertisement, and it is obvious from the context that you are implying that Morgan Freeman himself is with you, you're inviting a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And Morgan Freeman has effective ownership of his, like,
Image and likeness.
what, bud? Are you trying to sleep? Okay, I'm gonna talk quieter. Can I talk this loud? Okay, I'm gonna talk this loud. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we
I'm
can
out
hear
of
you.
water, so we're about out of time.
Okay. All right. He just told me he's got to go to sleep. So yeah,
You can
the generic
podcast in your
version.
bedroom.
Just toss him some earplugs.
It is after 11. I should probably go to sleep too. But yeah, I think the generic version of anything is going to be not worth much.
Yep. And that's where she's at.
Yeah, she's double hung vinyl replacement window girl, and not Anderson, A series.
Renewal by Anderson.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So that's, but the thing is, like, we were also arguing. So here's my contention would be that, like, bringing back the factory jobs to America is actually, like, as much as they bloviate about it. Do you want to work in a factory?
Nope.
Do you know anyone who's
No, but
like,
she might.
do you know anyone who's like, you know what my dream is? My dream is to work in a factory.
former voiceover girl.
Former voiceover girl, maybe.
Yeah.
No, like factory work is for robots. It's not for people.
Yeah.
Come on.
Some of it is done by robots.
Factory work or people work?
Both.
Factory work.
Well, yeah, a lot of it, all of it in the future. I also think that if AI and like crypto and automation all like take half of all human jobs, right? Theoretically. I think that there's a good chance that handmade things, like instead of being a trim carpenter in a house, you build custom tables, is going to actually like have a renaissance. Like I think craftsmanship potentially has a huge renaissance when you can get a nice table from IKEA for $500, but you have all the money you want and you can get a badass table from a craftsman for 20. I think that stuff, I think that all kinds of versions of human excellence just like go up in value dramatically at that point. I don't know. Your thoughts on that?
Probably. I mean,
Think I'm being too positive?
I think it could happen.
Do you think that because we already do have that, like we already do have a hierarchy of like quality craftsmanship, do you think there will be more demand for it?
I think so. I think that, like, let's say that hypothetically, 50% of all, let's go extreme. 50% of all like jobs are going away, but not 50% of all money and productivity. Just 50% of the jobs that exist now go away. Okay. I think that over time there will be more sports leagues and sports events, not less. More people able to make a decent living at interesting things like competitive stuff. I think that there will be more people who make a living at unique craftsmanship type stuff. There will be more people who make a living at like unique coaching and personal training, and like there will be more people serving other people in very unique ways.
So it's going to be a
Because
shift from industry, like it's not, this is the industrial
we're
period,
still, yeah, we're still
and we're going
industrial
to
revolution.
shift to the leisure period.
I think so. Because like what is the marginal value of having like let's say that you had 3 times as much money than you have now, but you have the same lifestyle. Like it's not enough to buy a yacht, but it's certainly enough to get a personal trainer. You know, it's easily enough to get like somebody to do wrought iron fence in your front yard and make like an art thing. It's certainly enough to like keep your car, like keep a nice car instead of a like old car. Like it, like you don't have to be like the wealthiest of the wealthy to have a really good life with really like excellent people doing things that are unique for you. You know, like do you know anybody who's rich who's like, you know what I want? I want to shop at IKEA and get the same cabinets as everybody else has. No. Like if you get a little bit of money, you still want to spend it on stuff that's like says I'm a unique person. And I just think there's going to be more and more and more of that as there's more money and more resources. Like the Bobcat didn't make all the digging jobs go away. It just made more roads possible to make. Like that's my theory. I'm not saying it's going to be like easy in the short
Pretty
term.
good theory.
It's there's going to be displacement, but some people are going to have to get a little more like. I think that the idea that that technology is going to take away jobs is a lack of creative thinking, not an actual problem. Like think about the Great Depression. In the Great Depression, was there actually anything fundamentally that prevented people from like being productive? Like fundamentally, what was it about the Great Depression that caused people to not be able to be productive?
I do not know.
No one knows.
Lacking supplies.
It wasn't a lack in supplies. There was still steel in the ground. There was still wheat to be harvested. What there was is that they had real money and people were hoarding it because they were afraid and they weren't being creative about how to do exchange and trade. The actual supplies were still there. The trees were still growing. You know what I mean? Like the crops were still growing and getting planted. I mean, there was the Dust Bowl era, so there were areas that were having trouble. But like fundamentally, like things like the Great Depression don't happen because there's no water or no trees growing or no steel to be mined. It's because people are like, oh, I got this amount of resource. I don't want to spend it. And then as people started like relaxing and like doing more business with each other, business picked back up. It wasn't that like, I might be wrong about that, but I don't think that there was like a lack of raw goods.
Right.
It was fear. I should probably research that before saying that live on the internet. But I'm
You already did.
I'm pretty sure if everybody had just been like, yep, everything's going to be fine. You need that job done for you, I'll do it. And you'll pay me whenever you'll pay me in some way. Things would have just kept on going. But
yeah, it is weird
I
to
could be
think
wrong.
about.
So if we just basically, if they had just invented credit cards,
I mean, that's what they did, bro. Like they invented fractional reserve banking. And that's why we haven't had any major crashes as bad as the Great Depression since then. We about did
because
in
we
the
just borrow
70s.
on the future.
But the thing about it is like, yes, we borrow on the future, but and like, have you seen the Three Stooges thing where they like have the loans and they like, here's your 10 and I'll borrow, and they go around in circles and they just like circle jerk for a few tries and then everybody's paid back and they're like, oh, okay, I guess we're fine.
Right.
Like, yes, we're borrowing against the future, but like all of the money that's borrowed is somebody's investment in the future. Like you borrowed it from somebody. So somebody else put their savings into the dollars you borrowed. That's how they generated them. Except whenever they did quantitative easing, which was when they just borrowed it. They just bought the assets themselves with money that they printed themselves. And that's one thing that people haven't quite figured out yet. Like once they do, people are probably not going to be real stoked about that. But so far, it's still working, even though it's a big lie. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about economics, so none of this is financial advice, guys.
Should probably go to bed.
Yeah, we should probably go to bed. Just listen to me yap for half an
Probably
hour.
let
All right,
my
then.
son go to bed.
All right, then.
Back to it then.
Back to it then.
Back to it. All right. Not your average guys. Did anybody watch?
I guess that's No, I don't know. Yeah, it said one person.
One person?
Did somebody have the
It was
I
not
did.
me.
one
It
person
wasn't me.
watching now started streaming 79 minutes. Maybe that's me.
Hi, one person.
Are we still live or are we done? Oh, it
We're
says
still live.
All right, we should probably sign off.
All right.
Go to bed.
See you
Leave my
next
kid
week.
alone.
See ya.
Bye.